बोलिए श्री सत्य सनातन धर्म की जय। बोलिए श्री वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय। जय जय Sitaram. Cordial welcome to everyone who are present here at the mandir, those joining us online. We're experiencing some of the joys and challenges of technology this morning, as our Facebook stream is giving us a little bit of problems. So those who are online with us on YouTube, please share the YouTube stream to Facebook so as many people as possible come to the YouTube stream until we hopefully get the Facebook resolved at some point. So devotees, those who are joining with us in puja this morning we'll be doing our simple format hawan. So if you do have flowers, please take a flower in your hand. And we close our eyes, we bow our heads, and we focus our minds at the feet of Shri Krishna Bhagwan as we do our opening prarthana. Hare Om, Hare Om, Hare Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Shri Saraswatyai Namaha. Om Shri Guru Charan Kamalebhyo Namaha. Om Swasti na Indro Bridashravah, Swasti na Pushah Vishwavedah, Swasti nastakshurishthanemi, Swasti no brihaspate dadhatu. Om Sham no Mitra Sham Varuna Sham no Bhavatu Aryamam, Sham no Indro Brihaspati Sham no Vishnu Rurukramam. Namo Brahmane Namaste Vayu Tvameva Pratyaksham Brahmasi Tvameva Pratyaksham Brahma Varishyami Ritam Varishyami Satyam Varishyami Tanmam Avatu Taravaktaram Avatu Avatu Mam Avatu Vaktaram. Om Dhyo Shantehi Antarikshagam Shantehi Prithavihi Shantehi Apah Shantehi Oshadaya Shantihi Vanaspataya Shantihi Vishvideva Shantihi Brahma Shantihi Sarvagam Shantihi Shantireva Shanti Samaha Shantiridhi. Those who are participating in puja, we all chant our Rashi names in our minds. Harihi Om Tat Sat. Om Vishnur Vishnur Vishnu Namah Paramatmane Shri Puran Purushotam Adya Shri Brahmano Nidvetya Paradhe Shri Shweta Varaha Kalpe Vaivasvat Manvantari Ashta Vinashati Tame Kali Yuge Kali Pratham Charani Bhuloke Jambu Dvipe Kanada Varshis Kabro Grame Baudhavatare Shubh Mase Shubh Pakshi Shubh Tithi Amukanamsya Mukha Gotram Namaham Daihika Daivika Bhautika Taptraya Iti Shri Krishna Bhagwan Shri Panch Mahadevata havan pujanam aham karishye. Offer the flower. We now do pavitra, purification. We sprinkle the water around the altar area 3 times. Om apavitraha pavitro va sarvavasthangato apeva yashmarit pundarikaksha sabahyabhya antaram suchi. Om Shri Vishnu, Shri Vishnu, Shri Vishnu. We prostrate to Dharti Mata, Mother Earth. We bow to our altar 3 times. Om Shama Shvame Padasparsham Shama Shile Paratpare Ram Krishna Dikanantvam Mata Pritave Namastute. We bow to the ground. We take our seats. Om Pritave Tvayadrita Loka Devi Tvam Vishnunadrita Tvam Chidharyamam Nityam Pavitram Kuru Cha Asanam Iti Asanam Samarpayami. Prem se asan lijiye. Please have your seats. So this time, devotees, we begin our invocation of Panch Mahadevata. Of course, beginning with Lord Ganesh. So we all, if you do have flowers, take a flower in your hand. We contemplate at the feet of Lord Ganesha as we seek his presence and blessings this morning. Hari Om Gananam Tva Ganapati Gum Havamahe Kavim Kavinam Upamashravastamam Jeshtarajam Brahmanam Brahmanaspatana Shrunvanotibhi Siddha Sadhanam. Om Ekadantaya Vidamai Vakratundaya Dhimahi Tanno Danti Prachodaya. Om Ganganapataye Namaha. Om Ganganapataye Namaha. Om Ganganapataye Namaha. Boliye Shri Gajanan Swami ki Jai. We now contemplate and meditate at the feet of Devi Mata, our universal mother, Adi Shakti Durga Mata. Om Sarva Mangal Mangalye Shive Sarvartha Sadhike Sharanye Trayambike Gauri Narayani Namostute. Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Shakti Rupena Sanstita. Namastasyai 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 Namo Namaha. Om Dum Durgaya Namaha. Om Dum Durgaya Namaha. Om Dum Durgaya Namaha. Boliye Shri Adi Shakti Durga Mata ki Jai. We contemplate, we meditate upon that most auspicious and divine form of Lord Shiva. Om Tat Purushaya Vidmahe Mahadevaya Dhimahi Tanno Rudra Prachodayat. Karpurgaram Karunavataram Sansarasaram Saram,
「
Bhujagendraharam.
「 「 「 「 「 」 」 」 」 」 」 」 」 » » » » » » » » » » » » » » » » » » » » » » » » » » » » » » » » » » » » » » » » » » » » » » » » » » » » » » » » » » » » » » » » » » » » » » » » » » » » » » » » » » » » » » » » » » » » » » » » » » » » » » » » » » » » » » » » » » » » » » » » » » » » » » » » » » » » » » » » » » » » » » » » » » » » » » » » » » » » » » » »
सदा वसन्तं हृदयारविन्दे भवं भवानी सहितं नमामि। ॐ नमः शिवाय, ॐ नमः शिवाय, ॐ नमः शिवाय। बोलिए श्री महापति महादेव की जय। We humbly prostrate, we do pranam obeisance. Surya Narayana Swami, that one who provides energy, that one who provides the light, to cause the sustenance of this entire creation, we humbly prostrate to you, O Prabhu. हाथ जोर बिनती करो सूर्य देव भगवान, दास आपनो जानि प्रभु करहु सदा कल्याण। आदिदेव नमस्तुभ्यं प्रसीदा मम भास्कर, दिवाकर नमस्तुभ्यं प्रभाकर नमोस्तुते। ॐ सूर्याय नमः, ॐ सूर्याय नमः, ॐ सूर्याय नमः। बोलिए श्री सूर्य नारायण स्वामी के जय। Now we focus our minds upon that Supreme Lord in the form of Shri Krishna Bhagwan, that Lord who came to uplift all devotees, to protect dharma and to destroy that which is adharma, against righteous and good conduct. We seek His presence and His blessings this morning. Shantakaram bhojagshayinam Padmanabham Suresham Vishwadharam Gagan Sadrisham Meghavaranam Shubhangam Lakshmikantam Kamalnayanam Yogi Bhirdhyanagamyam Vande Vishnu Bhavabhay Haranam Sarvalokaikanaatham. Om Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Gopakumaraya Shri Govindaya Namo Namah. Om Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langhayate Girim Yat Kripatam Ham Bande Paramananda Madhavam. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Bolish Brindavan Bihari Lal ki jai. Shri Mahavishnu Bhagavan ki jai. So at this time, devotees will be making offerings unto Shri Krishna Bhagwan. So those who are performing puja at home, you'd like to join us in offerings, please engage with us in this devotion. Firstly, we'll offer water. Harihi Om Narayanam Namastastu Narakadnavatarakam Padyam Grihan Devesha Trailokyam Timirapaham Shri Krishna Bhagavan Arghyam Padyam Snanam Samarpayami. We offer chandan to Shri Krishna. Om Shri Khanda Chandanang Divyam Gandadhyo Samanoharam Vilepanam Surshreshtang Chandanang Pratigrihyatam Shri Krishna Bhagavan Chandanang samarpayami. We offer flower. Om Malyadini Sugandheni Malyatarini Vai Prabhu Mahritani Pujartam Pushpani Pratigrihyadam Shri Krishna Bhagavan Pushpam Samarpayami. We offer Gandh essence. Om Gandham Grihan Devesh Deva Deva Dayanadhi Tvameva Jagatam Natistva Tvameva Jagatam Prabhu. We offer deep light arti to Shri Krishna. Om Sajang Chavarti Sanyuktam Vahanina Yujitam Maya Deepam Grihan Devesh Trailokyam Te Merapaham. Bolish Brindavan Bihari Lal Ki Jai. If you prepared a Naivedya, Prasada, you can please hold it in your hands at this time. And firstly, we pass the water around it 3 times. Om Mandakinyastu Yadvari Sarva Papaharam Shubham Tariram Kalapitam Devam Samyagya Achmanyatvam Tvayayite Achmanyam Samarpayami. We all now pray in our own words to Shri Krishna Bhagavan. We humbly ask you, Prabhu, to accept this humble offering of love, devotion from our hearts, and to shower your grace and blessings upon us all. Hari Om Grit Pakvang Vishainam Payasham Shisharakara Dana Vidhan Naivedyam Shri Krishna Bhagavan Naivedyam Samarpayami. Om Harir Data Harir Bhukta Harir Annam Prajapati Harir Viprasharirastu Bhukte Bhojayate Hari. Bolish Brindavan Bihari Lal Ki Jai. Touch the prasad to your murti, touch to your heads. Say Shri Krishna Arpanam. If you have flowers, tulsi leaf, you can please offer it now. Chanting onto Shri Krishna. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. We now offer water to Shri Krishna. Om Sarva Papharam Devam Gangeyam Nirmalam Jalam Achmanyam Chamaya Dattam Grihan Parameshwaram Shri Krishna Bhagavan Achmanyam Samarpayami. If you prepared a dakshina to offer to Shri Krishna, you can offer it at this time. Om Nakpal Supal Maulavi Vanditangri Yugala Prabhu Hari Dakshinang Prade Shri Krishna Bhagavan Danam Dakshinaye Samarpayami. Boli Shri Brindavan Bihari Lal Ki Jai. So at this time, devotees will engage in a couple of kirtan, bhajan, then we'll be performing our mantra jap hawan. So those who are performing hawan, please get prepared at home.
गणेश शरणं शरणं गणेश
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 गणेश शरणं शरणं गणेश शरणं गणेश गणेश शरणं शरणं गणेश
गणेश शरणं शरणं गणेश
वागेश शरणं शरणं वागेश
वागीश शरणं शरणं वागीश
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 वागेश शरणं शरणं वागेश शरणं वागेश
जय अम्बे मां
जगदुधारिणी
बोलिए श्री सरस्वती माता की जय. So at this time, devotees, we'll engage in our mantra jap hawan, after which we'll have one more bhajan kirtan, then we'll go into our discourse this morning. So those who are participating with us in hawan, please sit before your hawan kun. As we chant this mantra, we will ignite the fire. Harihi Om Bhur Bhuvaswaha Om Bhur Bhuvaswaha Dhayuriva Bhumna Prithviva Varimna Tasya Aste Prithvi Devaya Janim Prishti Aganim Anadam Anadayadadhi. Boli Shri Agni Devta ki Jai. Firstly, we pass the water around the fire 3 times. Om Mandakinyastu Yadvari Sarva Papaharam Shubham Taridam Kalapitam Devam Samyagya Achmanyatvam Tvayaiti Achmanyam Samarpayami. We now begin making our offerings. At the recitation of Swaha, we offer small amounts, also reciting Swaha together. Om Shri Ganesh Devatabhyo Namah Swaha. Om Ganganapataye Namah Swaha. Om Ganganapataye Namah Swaha. Om Shri Gauri Mataye Namah Swaha. ओम श्री शंकर भगवान भ्यो नमः स्वाहा। ओम श्री अग्नि देवताभ्यो नमः स्वाहा। ओम श्री महालक्ष्मी माताये नमः स्वाहा। ओम श्री महाविष्णु भगवान भ्यो नमः स्वाहा। ओम नमो नारायणाय भ्यो नमः स्वाहा। ओम श्री भास्कराय भ्यो नमः स्वाहा। ओम श्री चंद्राय भ्यो नमः स्वाहा। ओम श्री भौमाय भ्यो नमः स्वाहा। ओम श्री बुधाय भ्यो नमः स्वाहा। ओम श्री गुरुवे भ्यो नमः स्वाहा। ओम श्री शुक्राय भ्यो नमः स्वाहा। ओम श्री शनिश्चराय भ्यो नमः स्वाहा। ओम श्री राहवे भ्यो नमः स्वाहा। ओम श्री केतवे भ्यो नमः स्वाहा। ओम श्री प्राणाय भ्यो नमः स्वाहा। ओम श्री अपानाय भ्यो नमः स्वाहा। ओम श्री समानाय भ्यो नमः स्वाहा। ओम श्री इंद्रियाय भ्यो नमः स्वाहा। ओम श्री उदानिकाय भ्यो नमः स्वाहा। ओम श्री इष्ट देवताभ्यो नमः स्वाहा। ओम श्री कुल देवताभ्यो नमः स्वाहा। ओम श्री स्थान देवताभ्यो नमः स्वाहा। ओम श्री ग्राम देवताभ्यो नमः स्वाहा। ओम श्री माता पिता चरण कमलेभ्यो नमः स्वाहा। ओम श्री शांतिकुल देवताभ्यो नमः स्वाहा। ओम श्री पंचपाल देवताभ्यो नमः स्वाहा। ओम श्री 10 दिक्पाल देवताभ्यो नमः स्वाहा। ओम श्री आदि शक्ति दुर्गा माताये नमः स्वाहा। ओम श्री अरुंधति देवीभ्यो नमः स्वाहा। ओम श्री भद्रकाली देवीभ्यो नमः स्वाहा। ओम श्री संतोषिनी देवीभ्यो नमः स्वाहा। ओम श्री रुद्राणी देवीभ्यो नमः स्वाहा। ओम श्री ब्रह्माणी देवीभ्यो नमः स्वाहा। ओम श्री परमेश्वरी देवीभ्यो नमः स्वाहा। ओम श्री अंबिके देवीभ्यो नमः स्वाहा। ओम श्री चंडिके देवीभ्यो नमः स्वाहा। ओम ऐं सरस्वती माताये नमः स्वाहा। श्री कृष्ण भगवान भ्यो नमः स्वाहा। श्री रामचंद्र भगवान भ्यो नमः स्वाहा। श्री हनुमते देवताभ्यो नमः स्वाहा। We all join together as we chant Brahm Gayatri mantra. Om Bhurbhuvasvah Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhyo Yo Nah Prachodayat Swaha. Om Bhurbhuvasvah Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhyo Yo Nah Prachodayat Swaha. Om Bhurbhuvasvah Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhyo Yo Nah Prachodayat Swaha. Mahamrityunjay mantra. Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukame Vandanam Mrityor Mukshямamritat Swaha. Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukame Vandanam Mrityor Mukshямamritat Swaha. Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukame Vandanam Mrityor Mukshямamritat Swaha. We chant Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya 27 times together. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Swaha. 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 ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय स्वाहा। 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 ॐ श्री सर्वदेवतादेव्योभ्यो नमः स्वाहा। श्री सर्वदेवतादेव्योभ्यो नमः स्वाहा। श्री सर्वदेवतादेव्योभ्यो नमः स्वाहा। Final offering. ॐ पूर्णमदा पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ॐ सर्वं वै पूर्णागमं स्वाहा। बोलिए श्री वृंदावन बिहारी लाल के जय। We pass the water around the fire 3 times. ॐ सर्वपापहरं देवं गङ्गेयं निर्मलं जलम् आचमनीयं च मया दत्तं गृहाण परमेश्वरं। श्री अग्निदेवता आचमनीयं समर्पयामि। Take blessings from your fire. बोलिए श्री सत्य सनातन धर्म की जय। So before we get into this morning's discourse, we'll have one more bhajan kirtan.
पत झर जहाँ मुस्काए रोए वही बहार ओ मालिक कैसा तेरा संसार कोई रोए कोई गाए कैसा तेरा संसार ओ मालिक कैसा तेरा संसार कोई समझ नहीं पाए तेरा कारोबार ओ मालिक कैसा तेरा संसार ओ मालिक कैसा तेरा संसार ओ मालिक कैसा तेरा संसार
बोलिए श्री सत्य सनातन धर्म की जय. So once more, devotees, a cordial welcome to those joining online and of course those who are here in the mandir. I believe we're still having some issues with our Facebook stream. So we're asking those devotees who have managed to join us on YouTube to please share the stream to your Facebook page so that, as many devotees as possible will be able to access through the YouTube stream. So this morning, devotees, we are presented another opportunity to join in devotions. These opportunities come to us, as we say, life presents to us many, many opportunities on golden platters. Come to us. It's up to us now to decide, yea or nay, yes or no, that I'm going to take this opportunity, that I'm going to make the most of this opportunity called life. I'm going to waste it. This is our choice, right? No one compels us one way or the other, is it? Even if somebody compels us, we have to make up our own minds before we take a course of action. Even if we'll say, when children are small, you make them do what they're supposed to do. As they get bigger, now you can't do that. We can't force them when they get bigger. When they're small, we can tell them, yes, you have to get up in the morning, you have to do what you have to do. You have to take your shower, you have to go to your altar, you have to say a prayer. Right? You have to eat properly. But then when they start to get bigger, then what happens? Parent talk, sometimes they talk back. They talk back to the parent. They don't want to listen. So then what happens? Parent starts to take a little bit backseat. They pull back a little bit, allow them the opportunity to live. And devotees, God gives us each and every one of us, that opportunity to live our lives in the way that we see fit, in the way that we feel is appropriate and best for ourselves. But opportunities are there. Each and every person. We are all presented with opportunities. How much we take, how much we do, that is entirely up to us. And I don't want to say that, one day we'll be judged, but one day we will understand the repercussions of our choices and of our decisions that we've made throughout our lives. And we pray and hope, devotees, that we are guided to make the best decisions each and every day. So on that day, it'll be a day of rejoicing. On that day, we'll be happy. We feel very, very good about our choices, our life, as we have lived it. And not sad and depressed and regretful, remorseful about decisions that we have made. And to this end, devotees, our sessions of devotion, our discourses from scriptures are meant to help us to stay on the path of righteousness, to stay on path of good conduct, to do which is correct, what is correct. But as we say, devotees, sometimes we sit and we listen, come in one is, fly out the next is. Faster than it went in. Faster than it went in. Sometimes we're even here. They say we hear, but we didn't hear. Right? H-E-R-E and H-E-A-R. Right? We hear, but we didn't hear. What happens, devotees? We have to be careful. Take these opportunities very, very seriously. And take the best advantage as we can of these opportunities as they come to us. So this morning, as we prepare to listen once more to the pages of Sri Ramcharitamanas, I ask that we clasp our hands, we close our eyes, we bow our heads, we focus our minds at the feet of Maryada Purushottam as we chant a few lines of praises before we begin reading. Hari Om Varnanam Artha Sanghanam Rasanam Chandasamati Mangalanam Chakartaro Vande Vani Vinayako Bhavani Shankaro Bande Shraddha Vishwaswarupina Yabhyam Vinana Pashyante Siddha Swanta Sthameshwaram Vande Bodham Mayam Nityam Guru Shankar Rupinam Yamashrito he vakro api Chandra sarvatra bandhyate Sitaram gunagram Punyaranya biharina Vande vishuddha vigyana Kaveshwara Kapeshwaro Ramayana Sumiran Jehe so mera tase bhe ho Gananayak kari vahara badana Karo anugraha so Bodhi rashi shubha Guna sadana Mukha hoi vasha Pangu charhaya giri varagahana Jasu kripa sodaya Dravavo sakalakar mahaladahana Nila saro rohasyam Taruna aruna bharijanayana Karo sumama Uradhan Sarakshirasa Gaharashayana Kundayendu Samedeha Omaramana Karu Nayana Jahidina Paraneha Karavu Kripamar Dahanamayana Bandam Guru Padakan कृपा सिंधु नर रूप हरे महामोह तन पुंज जासु बचन रवि कहरनि करा सियापति राम चंद्र जी की जय शरणम। बोलिए श्री रामचंद्र भगवान के जय। Devotees, we continue our katha from where we left off, where Kagbusundji is describing the power of Maya. And we heard about, the different, the parivar, as we say, the family of Maya. Anger, lust, hatred, envy, deceit. All of these, jealousy, all of these are part of the family and the power of Maya. And we discussed at length how this Maya affects us on an everyday basis. How we experience Maya on an everyday basis. How many times in our day Maya overtakes us and causes us to behave very foolishly? No one likes to be made a fool of, do we? Do we like to be made a fool of? Somebody, you like somebody to fool you? No? Divya? No. We don't like somebody to fool us, but we allow Maya to fool us. Time and time again. We allow Maya to fool us, we don't think nothing about it. We don't think anything about it, anything bad. But let somebody in our body try to fool us, who have a body. We'll hate them for life. Oh, that person tried to fool me. I wouldn't talk to them. You understand, devotees? But Maya is fooling us over and over and over again, but yet still we subscribe. Yet still, full subscription. We pay our yearly annual dues for that subscription too. Devotees, we have to be careful. Maya is very, very powerful. And what Kagbusundji is saying, is that the only way that Maya will lose her grip on us is when we attain the grace and blessings of Bhagwan Shri Ram. Boli Shri Ram Chandra Bhagwan ke Jai. So devotees, simple answer to a complicated question, to a complicated situation. There's a simple answer for us. But is it simple though? Is it simple to escape the grips of Maya and go towards the kripa and the grace of Sri Ram? No. It's not simple. It's not easy. If we expect that road to be easy, devotees, we are grossly mistaken. It's not going to be easy. But should we persist? Should we forge ahead on that road, devotees? Yes, we should. Because in this lies our best interest. There's no interest in it for me to say to any devotee, pray. Seek the blessings of Bhagwan. What benefit is there for me? No benefit. There's no benefit for me. It's simply my duty, devotees. Simply my duty to give this information, to share this information with as many people as I can. And these seeds of knowledge, if it falls on a fertile mind, and it will take root. It will take root. And that root will grow into a tree. That tree one day will bear a fruit. But if it falls on dry and arid soil, a mind that is resistant to that knowledge, then that seed will simply stay there and maybe fly away or dry up and wither. You understand, devotees? So our responsibility, duties as pandits, as leaders in the community, is to share that knowledge as much as possible to as many people as we can. And we as devotees, we have to try and accept. We have to try and live the knowledge that is given to us, especially knowledge that is given in a selfless way. Not knowledge that is given with something expected in return. In a selfless way. So, Kagbusunji giving us the answer. Giving us the answer that you want to get away from Maya, then seek the blessings of the Lord. Seek the blessings of the Lord, devotees. You know, I was looking through my bhajan book this morning, and this bhajan came up. Haven't done this for a while, but it's very, very beautiful meaning of this one. Bhajan says, एक बार भजन कर ले, मुक्ति का यतन कर ले. एक बार भजन कर ले. That if we sing the bhajan, devotees, ek baar, one time. If we say one time we sing that bhajan and we sing it in the right way, in the proper way, devotees, what happens? Mukti ka yatan kar le. Then we attain that mukti, that liberation, that salvation. It's all in a matter of our perspective, how we perform our devotion. एक बार भजन कर ले, मुक्ति का यतन कर ले, छूट जाएंगे जन्म मरण. If we want to escape this cycle of janma and maran, the cycle of birth and death, devotees, what we have to do? Prabhu ka smaran kar le. Prabhu ka smaran kar le. What smaran mean? Chant. Prabhu ka smaran kar le. Chant the praises of Prabhu. एक बार भजन कर ले, मुक्ति का यतन कर ले. एक बार भजन कर ले, छूट जाएंगे जन्म मरण, छूट जाएंगे प्रभु का स्मरण कर ले. एक बार भजन कर ले. ये मानस का चोला हर बार नहीं मिलता, जुर गिरे गए डाली से वो फूल नहीं खिलता. मौका है जीवन का, मौका है जीवन का, गुलजार चमन कर ले. एक बार भजन कर ले, मुक्ति का यतन कर ले. एक बार भजन कर ले, जो ऋषियों ने गाया मैं भी हूँ उस धुन में, उस धुन को सुन सुन कर खोजा प्रभु चरण में। मन मंदिर में अब तू, मन मंदिर में अब तू प्रभु का दर्शन कर ले। एक बार भजन कर ले, मुक्ति का यतन कर ले। एक बार भजन तू जन्म जन्म प्राणी, सुख पानी को तरसे। गर सुमिरन कर ले तो दिन रात कृपा बरसे। क्या जग में तेरा है, क्या जग में तेरा है, प्रभु को अर्पण कर ले। एक बार भजन कर ले, मुक्ति छूट जाएंगे जन्म मरण, छूट जाएंगे प्रभु का स्मरण कर ले। एक बार भजन कर ले, मुक्ति का यतन कर ले। एक बार भजन कर ले, मुक्ति का यतन कर ले। बोली श्री रामचंद्र भगवान की जय. The last verse of this bhajan is very, very beautiful. I mean, the whole bhajan, very, very nice. But the last verse says, Tu janam janam prani. That in every life that we've been given, we are called a prani. The person who has that pran, that vital air, is coursing through our bodies, we call a prani. Tu janam janam prani. So life after life, we've been given this opportunity. What happens? Sukh pani ko tarse. Means that we are looking for happiness. We have that thirst. We want to drink of that happiness. How successful are we in drinking of that happiness? How successful are we of experiencing that happiness? These are questions we ask ourselves. Gar sumiran karale tu. That when we remember Bhagwan devotees, din raat kripa barse. That day and night we receive His kripa, blessings. When we remember the Lord. When we remember the Lord. When we remember other things, devotees, I don't know what blessings we get. If we get any. When we remember the person who says something about me that we didn't like. 5 years ago, this person says something about me. 5 years ago, remember that. I don't know what blessings we get for that. But when we remember Bhagwan devotees, when we remember God, din raat kripa barse, morning, day or night, the blessings will come. Before we sleep, you play some mantras, you play some bhajans or something before you sleep. So you go to sleep with that thought in your head, Bhagwan. You go to sleep with the thought of Lord Shiva. You go to sleep with the thought of Lord Hanuman or Sri Ram in your head, devotees. Or you say your prayer, you say a mantra, you say a Guru mantra before you sleep. Offer prayer, you thank God for that day. And then you go to sleep because you don't know what will happen in the night. What can happen in the night? We may not wake up the next morning. So what thought we want to go to sleep with? Right? So, kya jag mein tera hai? It says that what in this world belongs to us, devotees? What in this world really belongs to us? And we've been over this many, many times. But yet still we can't seem to understand. That understanding hard to come. This world is only mine and mine and mine. This is mine and this is mine and this is mine. Right? Devotees, kya jag mein tera hai? The great angelic voice of India that passed away recently, Lata Mangeshkar, she wrote some very beautiful words before she passed on. Even though she was so successful, so renowned, so rich, she says she has, one of the best houses, accommodations that one can have, but her final days were spent where? In a hospital room. She has the finest clothing money can buy. She spent her last days in hospital gown. She can afford the food from the best restaurants, highest quality of food. In her last days, she ate what? Simple. Can't eat all of those things. Kya jag mein tera hai, devotees? What belongs to us in this world? Again, understand what we have to do. Don't fall prey that this is mine and that is mine and the other is mine, because one day it wouldn't be ours. One day it wouldn't be ours. Prabhu ko arpan karale, that offer everything to Prabhu. Offer everything to God. Just as, when we'll sit to have our meal and we say, Prabhu, please bless this food. Please partake of this food before I partake, so that this food becomes nourishing, beneficial to me. In the same way, devotees, we should encourage ourselves. When we become dressed in the morning, we say, Prabhu, are you happy? Are you happy with the way that I'm dressed? Are you happy with the way that I'm presenting myself? Are you happy with the way that I comb my hair this morning? Are you happy, Prabhu, with what I'm about to do? My activities? Are you happy with the words that I'm going to speak? This is what it means, Prabhu ko arpan karale, devotees. Offer everything. Offer everything to Bhagwan. So Kalbu Sundarji is reminding us that only through the grace and blessings of the Lord can we escape this Maya. And now he goes on to say, let us hear, Jopai. जो माया सब जग ही न जावा, जासु चरित रखे काहू न पावा। बोलो श्री राम जय राम, जय जय राम। सोई प्रभु भ्रूभिलास खगराजा, नाचन देव सहित समाजा श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम Kagbusundiji goes on to say, Jo Maya sab jag hi nachawa. He says this same Maya that causes the world to dance to its tune, causes the world to dance to her tune. Jasu charit lakhi kahu na pawa, and whose ways are unknown to those who exist in this world. Whose ways are unknown to those who exist in this world. As such devotees, the ways of Maya is unknown to us, not to say that we don't know what is Maya, not to say that we don't know the power of Maya, but for some reason or other, we cannot seem to transcend. So this is why it says, the ways of Maya is unknown to those who exist in this world. So for us to understand Maya, devotees, again, what we have to do, the more we engage in devotion to Bhagwan, the more we submit to Prabhu, then the more we will get away from Maya. What he says about this Maya, who has this, amount of control over the world, he says, Soi Prabhu Bhru Bilas Khagaraja Nachanati Eva Sahita Samaja. He says, Maya and her whole retinue, her whole troop, her whole family, her whole army, what they will do, they will start to dance at the play, just by the play of the eyebrows of the Lord. Boli Shri Ram Chandra Bhagwan ki jai. So when the Lord put his eyebrow up, she have to dance one way. He put it down, she have to dance another way. That is the control that Prabhu has over Maya. So who we want to be under control of? We want to be under control of Maya, or we want to be under control of Prabhu? Who we want to give the control to? The one who is controlling Maya? Or we want to give control to Maya to control us? Again, it comes back down to our choice, right? To our choice. Many examples, you look around and you see things happening in the world, devotees, and I always encourage, godchildren and people who are close to me, that we look around and we learn from everything. There's two ways we can learn, right? Two ways we can learn. We can learn what to do, and we can learn what not to do. Right? There's two ways we can go. We can go the right way, or we can go the wrong way. Which way are we choosing? Plenty of people say, oh, it has some gray areas inside there. No, devotees. Is that right or wrong? Is that correct or is not correct? There's no gray areas inside. No gray areas. It's either we go in east, we go in west. We go in north, we go in south. Right? We have southwest and southeast and so on. It's either we go in the right way or we go in the wrong way. It's either we go in God way or we go in Maya way. Which one? Which direction we want to take in life. It's our choice. It's our choice at the end of the day. Many times, you tell devotees, come to the mandir or log into the live stream, and you hear the response, oh, when I have time now? Haribol. When I have time. When I have time for Prabhu. When I have time for God, then I will go. So then, unconsciously we're making that choice now. Maya, come control me. Maya, you come and control me. Because I am not making the time. I don't want to make the time to pray. So then, we are inviting the power of Maya to overtake us. So, this is what Kalbu Sundaji is saying. That Maya that makes the entire creation dance to her tune. She dances to how the Lord put his eyebrows. How he dances his eyebrows, she will dance to that tune. So devotees, we understand the power, where the power comes from. And devotees, Kalbu Sundaji, he goes on to say, let us hear.
सोई सच्चिदानंद घन रामा अज विज्ञान रूप गुण धामा श्री राम जय जय श्री राम जय जय व्यापक व्यापी व्यापक व्यापी अखंड अनंता अखिल अमोघ शक्ति भगवंता श्री राम जय जय राम
श्री राम जय राम
श्री राम जय राम
Kalbu Sundaji now starts to extol the virtues and the qualities of Bhagwan. These we have heard many, many times, but it's very important to remind ourselves. Soi Sachidanand Ghan Rama. That Shri Ram is the sum total of Satchid Anand. We call Bhagwan Satchidanand, but that one long word is made up of three smaller words. Sat, Chid, Ananda. Sat, we all know what Sat means. Sat means truth. He's the sum total of truth. Chid means consciousness. The sum total of consciousness. And Anand means bliss. The Lord is the sum total of truth, consciousness, bliss. Soi Sachidanand Ghan Rama. Kalbu Sundaji, these are his words. Aj Vigyan Roop Gun Dhama. Devotees, he is Aj, he's uncreated, he's ageless. He's ageless, devotees. He's that Vigyan Roop, the personification, the form of Vigyan, of spiritual knowledge, spiritual wisdom, personification of spiritual wisdom. He is Gunadhama. He is the abode of all virtues. The abode of all virtues. Here, devotees, we are hearing breaking down each word. Who is Bhagwan? Who is Bhagwan? What represents Bhagwan? that one who is uncreated, that one who is ageless, that one who is the form of spiritual wisdom, that one who is the abode of all virtues. Vyapak Vyapi Akhand Ananta. He is that one who pervades all. And he is all that is pervaded. He is Vyapak and he is Vyapi. He is that one who pervades all, and he is that one. He is that all that is also pervaded. Akhanda. He is indivisible. He is indivisible. He is Ananta. He is infinite. He is infinite. Akhila Amogha Shakti Bhagavanta. He is that most blessed Lord of great Shakti, of great power. Great power. Devotees, our purpose in life is very, very simple. Our duties in life is very, very simple. Prabhu ka arpan karale. We go back to that statement. Prabhu ka arpan karale. That we offer everything to Bhagwan. We offer everything to Bhagwan. Whatever we have, devotees, whatever we can do, we offer it to Bhagwan. God bless us with whatever abilities and talents that we have, isn't it? Who bless us with it? Anybody else? No, Bhagwan allows us to do what we can. He gives us that ability. Now it's our duty. You know, it goes back to a little story that I heard of. A father going home from work. And this, you know, this was a simpler time. Simpler time in this world. So he's going home from work and he passed and he buy a pack of cookies. And he took it home for the child. And, you know, the child is so happy now to have these cookies. The child opened the cookie and bring one and said, "Dad, have a cookie." So the dad accepted the cookie. It's not that he wanted the cookie, you know. He didn't want that cookie. If he wanted the cookie, he could have eat the whole thing before he reached home. And don't give the child any. But he bought it for the child. He wanted the child to have it. Now the child, out of innocence, out of love, is bringing one cookie and giving it back to the dad. And he accepts it because he realizes that child offering with love. The child's offering with appreciation. In the same way, devotees, God bless us with everything. God bless us with everything that we can do. Everything that we have, God bless us. Now, for us to take a little bit and offer back to God becomes a problem. Becomes hard. Now again, for those of you who are listening and those of you who are here, this may not apply to you. This may not apply because you are showing that concern. You are showing that consideration. You are showing that dedication to Bhagwan. But there are so many in this world who this message needs to get to. So many that needs to hear this message. That needs to understand. Because we realize the deterioration of the quality of individuals in the world today. That is sort of mental illness we're hearing about today. 40 and 50 years ago, we didn't even know those things exist. Those things existed. The sort of physical illnesses we're hearing about today. In the past, you never heard of these things. And devotees, it tells us of the pollution of the body. It tells us of the pollution of the mind that is taking place in the world today. And we need to be very careful as individuals traversing this path of life. Going on this journey of life, we have to be very careful, devotees. Again, comes back down to our choices. Where we want to be, whom do we want to associate with? Whom do we want to associate with? Where do we make our efforts? Or where do we place our efforts? It's very easy for us to fall prey and to fall into the traps. So those of you who are listening today, those of you who are here today, this is just a reminder. It's a reminder to us to be careful on this path of life, because it's very easy to be led astray. Very easy for us to lose our focus on our path, where we need to go, what we need to do, because something fancy comes in front of our eyes. Something beautiful, something attractive, or someone attractive comes in front of our eyes. And we lose our path, we lose our focus. And we start to behave and dance to the tune of Maya. All it takes is one moment where we are vulnerable. When we are vulnerable, then what happens, devotees? How easy it is to get COVID. A moment where our guard is let down. We get a virus, we get a cold, whatever it is we get. We become infected. You have to go through the suffering of that infection. We have to fight against it until we get better. In the same way, devotees, we are infected so many times, we don't realize it. We don't realize that we are infected so much times by Maya that we get sick. How many people get sick with all the qualities of Maya? That they can't manage themselves. So many kind of medication out they're giving people for the mind. So many kind of medication you hear about. This medication, that medication, the other medication, given people to help them to maintain a balance in their life. What about the medication of prayer? What about the medication of hawan? What about the medication of meditation? These are the things that we should be practicing. We put in foreign things in our bodies. Foreign things in our bodies, and then what happens when we put it, devotees? It fixing one thing, it's spoiling something else. It's just like a bad mechanic. Fixing one thing but spoiling something else. We have to go back. This is what happens. This is what happens. We have to be careful, devotees. Make our choices. Make our choices. Make them carefully. Think carefully what we are doing as we go through this journey of life. Boli Shri Ramachandra Bhagwan ke Jai. So we'll continue next week again, listening to the virtues of Prabhu Shri Ram as expounded by Kakbu Sundarji. So at this time, we'll engage in our final arti. So those who are performing arti at home, please go to your altar. You perform arti there. If not, we all stand in reverence to Prabhu as we engage this morning in Shri Ramayana Arti.
ॐ साजं च वर्ति संयुक्तं वह्निनायोजितं मया दीपं गृहान् देवेषु त्रैलोक्यं तिमिरापहम् आरति श्री रामायण जी की कीर्ति कलित ललित सियपी की आरति श्री रामायण जी की
कीरति कलित ललित सियपी
आरति श्री रामायण जी की कीर्ति कलित ललित सियपी की
आरति श्री रामायण जी की कीरति कलित
गावत ब्रह्मादिक मुनि नारद वाल्मीकि विज्ञान विशारद शुक सनकादि शेष और शारद बरने पवन सुत की रतने की आरत श्री रामायण जी के कीरत कलित ललित सियति की
आरत श्री रामायण जी की कीरत कलित ललित सियति की
गावत वेद पुराण अष्टदश चाहो शास्त्र सब ग्रंथन को रस मुनि जन धन संतान को सरबस सार अंश सम्मत सब की आरत श्री रामायण जी की कीरत कलित ललित सियति की
आरत श्री रामायण जी की कीरत कलित ललित सियति की
गावत संतत शंभु भवानी और भक्त संभव मुनि विज्ञानी व्यास आदि कवि बहस बखानी काज भुसुंदी गरुड़ के आरत श्री रामायण जी की
कीरत कलित ललित सियति की
कलिमल हरानी विषय रस फीके सुभाग श्रृंगार मुक्ति जुवती के गलन रोग भाव मोरी अमीति तात मात सब विधि तुलसी की आरत श्री रामायण जी की कीरत कलित ललित सियति की आरत श्री
रामायण जी की कीरत कलित ललित सियति की
कीरत कलित ललित सियति की कीरत कलित ललित सियति। बोली श्री रामचंद्र भगवान की जय। So at this time, devotees, if you do have flowers, please keep a flower in your hand once more. We all clasp our hands, we close our eyes, and we bow our heads. As we engage in this final prarthana to end this morning's devotion, firstly, we thank Prabhu We thank the Lord for giving us this opportunity and for allowing us to take this opportunity this morning to be a part of devotion, to be a part of prayer, to listen to the discourses, the teachings of Prabhu. We are very grateful for these opportunities as they come to us. We ask that, Lord, for further guidance and blessing and direction in life, so that we may follow that path of right and good conduct. We may be allowed to transcend and to overcome negativity, evil thoughts, evil tendencies and behaviors. Ceaseless pursuit of good conduct in our lives. Through the grace and blessings of Prabhu, we all pray together. Hari Om Mantrahinam Kriyahinam Bhaktihinam Janardanam Yat Pujitam Mama Deva Devi Paripurnam Tarastumai Om Vahanam Najanami Najanami Visarjanam Pujam Chaiva Najanami Shamyatam Deva Devi Tvameva Mata Shapita Tvameva Bandhu Shasaka Tvameva Vidya Dravinam Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva Om Asato Ma Sadgamaya Tamso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityur Mamritam Gamaya He Sarva Shaktiman Sachidananda Nirakar Nirvikar Sarvadhar Sarveshwar Sarvavyapak Antaryami Ajar Amar Nitya Pavitra Shrishti Karta ko बारंबार नमस्कार है। हे परमात्मा भाविष्य वर्तमान दुखियों का कष्ट हरण करके सुबुद्धि को प्रकाश कर कि जिससे सबका मंगल होए। ओम शांति 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 हरि ओम। Remind our minds, devotees, that to be ceaseless in our chanting and remembrance of the name of Prabhu. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Shri Ram Jai Ram Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram
भज मन मेरे आधोया श्री राम जय जय राम
भज मन मेरे आधोया श्री राम जय जय राम।
Let us retain this kirtan this morning as we conclude our service. We conclude with this thought in our mind, we conclude with this tune in our mind, this kirtan in our mind, devotees, and we try to maintain this kirtan, trying to remind our minds all the time, continue chanting, continue to praise the Lord, devotees. This is the only way we can find peace and happiness in our life. Bhaj man mere aadhoya Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram
भज मन मेरे आधोया श्री राम जय जय राम।
Shri Ram Jai Jai Ram bolo
श्री राम जय जय राम
Shri Ram Jai Jai Ram रघुपति राघव राजा राम
रघुपति राघव राजा राम
बोलो पतित पावन सीताराम
पतित पावन सीताराम
बोलो श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम बोलो श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम भज मन मेरे आँखों श्री राम जय जय राम भज मन मेरे आँखों
श्री राम जय जय राम।
बोलिए सियावर रामचंद्र की जय उमापति महादेव की जय पवन सुत हनुमान की जय वृंदावन कृष्ण चंद्र की जय ओरेसा जगन्नाथ की जय बोलो रे भाई सब संतन की जय सियापति राम चंद्र की जय बोलिए श्री सत्य सनातन धर्म की जय 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 सीताराम। आसन लीजिए, प्लीज हैव योर सीट्स devotees. So this brings us to the end of another wonderful session of devotion. Again, I thank all of you for joining with us this morning. I shouldn't have to thank you, but it's good to see. We should thank Prabhu for getting the opportunity to do it. But, in the spirit of encouragement, to devotees, we extend all of these courtesies to encourage as much as possible devotees to be a part and to take part. Right? Be a part, don't be apart. It's plays on words, right? So, be a part of what we do and become, integral parts of what we do. So, devotees, I don't think we have anything scheduled until next week, Sunday. They'll have some birthdays this week. I forget this auntie's name, but Chandra Sita Hal, her mom celebrated her birthday this past week. Also, Deepa Dindyal celebrated her birthday this past week. And also, our Guruji, Pandit Bimal Maharaj, also celebrated his birthday this past week. So, we wish Guruji a very, very wonderful birthday, and all devotees who have celebrated during this past week. If I've missed any, please forgive me. As you get older, your memory gets a little bit weak. So, those who have missed, please forgive us, and we hope that you had a wonderful celebration, and we hope that, everyone has many, many more happy years to spend and celebrate with all of us. So devotees, until next week, Sunday morning, you all continue to keep safe. We're so sorry about our Facebook feed this morning. I don't think it ever got resolved for some reason. But we'll look into it during this week and see, maybe what technical difficulty it was, and hopefully rectify it by next week, Sunday. So once more, devotees, God's blessings to each and every one of you. Have a safe and a blessed week. Until next Sunday morning at 10, Jai Jai Sitaram.